I don't spend my money on like cars and chains and all. I'm spending my money on like taking care of myself.
You got to.
Cause I don't cook either yet.
That's you living that life. You know, is my hair in my face?
What's up, y'all? It's Common. We here on Com+Well. It's a new episode, and I'm geeked about this episode. It's called Planting the Seed. Today we getting to talk to Finley, the Gangster Gardner. I just saw his billboard cruising down Sunset. He's a leader when it comes to gardening in urban areas, places that people usually deem as like, oh, this is trash or this is no good. He turns it into beauty by just planting seeds and planting foods and creating gardens. And I didn't really grasp onto that concept until one day I was rolling around in Chicago and we got to go to this inner city farm on 35th Street in Chicago on the south side. I said, what are y'all talking about, farm? When I got there, I felt life, I felt energy. I couldn't believe that we had taken our streets and turned it into something so productive in the inner city. And it felt so fulfilling to see people within our communities just giving back to the community in that way. It is something very vital. And I'm looking forward to understanding how this is a part of our lives and how this could become a part of my life. So thank y'all, man, for being here. Let's get into it. Well, the first thing was, you heard me talk about not knowing that a garden could be planted in the hood. Like, I was in shock that that could happen. Like, I want to know what was the seed for you to even know that this could happen.
I was at the store and these beautiful tomatoes, they were in the pack and they had a label on them, maybe coated with shellac. And I'm like, shellac? That's what we used to put on in wood shop.
Yeah.
That's what took me to start growing my food.
I would go out and source my foods, go get them from other places.
Right. Why are we getting in our cars, going to other neighborhoods to buy food?
Yeah.
There's thousands and thousands of people in the neighborhood. Oh, they don't deserve to eat healthy?
But how did you know that I could just go to this area, there's some dirt, soil, grass, and be like, oh, I'm about to plant something? It still like was a far-fetched idea.
It wasn't that far-fetched because I went back to elementary school when we had the Petri dish, the glass dish, and we would get a wet brown paper towel and we would put the seeds in the paper towel and we get to watch them grow, but that was the only lesson we got. Nobody told us, hey, take that plant and put it in the soil that we have on the schoolyard, and then we could watch it grow and get the whole lesson. Yeah. So imagine going through your life getting these half-assed lessons, and that's what basically happened to a lot of our miseducation that they gave us. I'm sure you've had garlic where the green's coming out the top, and we were taught as kids, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Now, put that in the ground and you're gonna have a whole nother bulb of garlic. We weren't taught that. It was normal for you not to be around soil. It was normal for you to think watermelons grew on trees, which some people literally do. Why? Because they've never seen a watermelon.
How did you get like some of the young cats in the hood to even like pick up on that concept?
Easy, you put girls in the garden.
That did it.
Sex sells.
Yeah.
I'm doing urban gardening, not a farm, because farms, they're just straight rows and you have the same thing growing. It's nothing sexy about it. I want you to go, damn, when you see what I'm doing. You put this teeny seed that you can barely see in the ground. A couple months later, it's a carrot that pops out of the ground, which is called shouldering, when it's ready. Just imagine a kid doing that. It's magic. It's alchemy.
What's the biggest resistance that you get from our culture, like from our people? As far as
man, what's that shit called? Oh yeah, slavery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like because we associate growing food and being in the soil to slavery, we don't associate it to being free. That's why I call it this Gangster Gardner. You know, because this is about freedom. This is not about being slave to nobody. To get to the point where we're dispelling a lot of these concepts that have been ingrained in us for life. And that's what I'm trying to do, man. This equals freedom to me.
I mean, I know it takes time for the beauty to get there, but where would somebody just like me start?
Well, gardening to me is a metaphor for life. Yeah. Think of a plant being in a container all its life. The roots are gonna take shape of that container, but they're gonna keep growing. Guess what they're gonna wind up doing? They're gonna wind up squeezing and suffocating that plant. Yeah. And that's what happens to our mind. People don't realize, free your mind. Most people don't even know that they're living a life that's been marketed and designed for you.
I'm down to do good in any way I can. I was really trying to get grasp onto how it messes up the planet when we don't recycle.
We're making compost. So compost is a form of recycling the planet. Think of the forest. A leaf falls for a reason. When it falls to the ground, what happens? It doesn't fall a mile away. It falls right there. Why? Because now it's a mulch for that tree. It holds water in there. And then after that, it breaks down and it turns into what? It turns into soil. You see the cycle?
Yeah.
It just starts all over.
Right. If I got a place in Brooklyn.
Right. He would go there.
I got a place in Brooklyn. Now, how am I gonna get into gardening in New York City?
You got your fire escape. You got your windowsill. Turn one of them into a garden that everybody shares in. Because with that garden, what you're doing is creating community.
Yeah.
And now people next door to you who you didn't know before, now they're looking out for you.
I don't spend my money on like cars and chains and all. I'm spending my money on like taking care of myself.
You got to.
Because I don't cook either yet.
That's you living that life. You know, is my hair in my face? That's that shit.
Yeah.
No, this is a skill that we all should know how to. You should know how to grow your own food. Like you said, it ain't those chains, but that's what we promoting to our kids. This gives you value if you have this. So the only capital we ever showing them, see, is money. No, you have an intrinsic value, period. Yeah. You're a human being. Like, hey, dude, you want this $100 or you want this apple?
I think the key, though, is knowing the value in the apple.
I'm in Sweden. I'm standing next to a 250-year-old apple tree that's still giving apples. So you want to talk rate of return?
Wow.
You want to talk about investment?
Yeah.
That's the beauty about knowledge. They can do everything they want, but if you know how to build that house, they can't take that from you.
Yeah, you're an artist.
Aren't we all though?
Yeah.
Isn't everybody an artist? Isn't everybody a creative?
Yes.
You know?
We created by the creator, we creators.
There you go.
As you've been talking about gardening in many ways, it make me feel about how I feel about art and music and acting. To not only feed myself, but to feed others. And I'm talking about from a spiritual, creative, inspirational level and just empower them. And I really see that. So I'm like, I'm geek. Let's get into this gardening, man. We're gonna do it. Let's do it.
So, we talked about this earlier. This is garlic, and this is what we have been taught most of our lives, that we throw this away because it's bad. No, each one of these cloves is the potential to have a whole nother bowl of garlic.
That's it, bro.
It.
Why do you think we was told that this is no good?
Well, I think it's just been passed down to us and a lot of it is we don't know. It's still good to eat because it's showing you that I am alive. But what it's telling you now is put me in the ground. Food talks to you, just like I was saying earlier, when certain vegetables shoulder, like they literally come out of the ground to show you that they're ready. But I'm gonna do this thing with this tomato. Squeeze the bottom of the pot, take it out. You wanna undo the roots, don't pull it. So I like to close my eyes and feel it.
So you feeling for the roots?
Don't, you do it. Do one at a time. Like take the small ones off of the bed. Like hold this because you don't want it to rip. But then shake it. Feel it? You feel it coming apart?
Yeah, a little, but I feel like.
Now do it and close your eyes and do it.
Yep. So I'm ripping it. Though.
No, it's gonna get some rip, but still shake it and pull it at the same time.
I'm about that patience. I was ready to rip for a minute. For real.
So as you're pulling this, as you shake it like this, bam.
Yeah.
So tomatoes, I would take that off. Now you're gonna have more energy going to growing the plant than to making leaves. Actually, if you put these in the ground, 8 out of 10 times you're gonna get another tomato plant. And tomatoes usually take, 12 inches apart. Make sure you don't pinch them off. So, squeeze and pull. See, these are what you call root bound. They're all on top of each other. So take one of those off. So you see how remember we were talking about the roots starting to choke?
Yeah.
This is your brain on roots. So they're gonna continue to grow, but now they're gonna wind up choking. They're gonna wind up suffocating the plant. They're not gonna stop growing. This is what happens to people.
Right. So what is nothing we do?
No, we doing it. You open it up.
Right. Roots, the brain, huh?
These things dry out and they literally turn into the seeds.
You don't waste anything.
Well, you think about it, look at the butcher. Everything went in, you know,
Right.
still the pig.
So with this dude, I
See,
just
like here, somebody planted these and they planted 2 tomatoes together. Damn, he's a pro now.
back there, it just grows at its own pace, right?
Yeah, and that's where the patience come in. It's
Yeah.
you can't rush it. Grow!
They have to.
Can't do that.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So that's gardening, man.
Without
My
question.
brother Rod, let's appreciate you, good brother. Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you, big baby.
Man, I need this for my life. Who would have known that a gangster gardener, a black man teaching us about growing our own foods would be changing the world? From what you've gotten today, you know that you could plant seeds anywhere you go and they can grow. If you do it with faith, you do it with love, you do it with creativity, you do it with purpose, and you do it with the commitment. You can find a space to plant seeds. Getting into the soil is something even more than just growing our own foods. It's really a shift in the way we think, and it's a way to empower ourselves and actually help build for our communities. It's part of like creating happiness and how fulfilling it could be to actually plant my own garden and grow things for myself. Thank y'all for spending time with us. I love y'all and appreciate you. Peace.